Welcome to my next UFC predictions video as we have UFC 317 this Saturday night. Just here to give my predictions for the main card, and remember, as always, that the card is subject to change. Before I get to my predictions, though, I just want to cover a few things. If you're a fan of the UFC and you like prediction videos as well as reaction videos and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you hammer fist that like button. It does help out the channel. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are regarding my predictions for UFC 317. Predictions that you have of your own, future fight predictions, future main events that you think are going to happen. Whatever you want to put, make sure you put it in the comments section. And also remember that I react to fights as well. So come back to this channel about an hour after the main card is over with, and I should have my first reaction of UFC 317 posted. Most likely the main event, but sometimes things do get copyright claims, where if that happens, then it takes 48 hours for that video to be viewable. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Usually if a fight goes to a decision, it's more likely to happen. So finishes help out me with avoiding copyright claims for some reason. But make sure you come back to the channel. With about 20 seconds left to go in this video, I'll put some fun reactions that I've made. I'll put my reactions to Ilia Topuria knocking out Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, as well as I'll put the fights that Charles Oliveira had against Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje at the end of this video, again with about 20 seconds left to go in the end screen. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. If you're watching the video anyway, subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. Kicking things off on the main card in the bantamweight division, we have Felipe Lima versus Peyton Talbot. Lima is on a pretty big winning streak right now, and Peyton Talbot just came off of his first professional loss in a fight that he got taken down a lot and held down a lot. I think he's going to learn a lot from that fight. My friend Walt, who you most likely will see in the reactions for this card, thinks Peyton Talbot got frog checked, and that very well may be true, but I think he's better than that. Now, Lima is good. He's good at strikes. He can take you down. He's not somebody that's relentless with takedowns, but he will take you down a few times here and there. So I think Peyton Talbot is definitely got some power. He's 5'10". He's massive for this division. And the smaller fighter, of course, is going to be Lima at about 5'6". Talbot's got a slight reach advantage, but not a huge reach advantage. In this one, I mean, I don't, honestly, full disclosure, I don't know a lot about Lima. If I've seen him fight, I don't remember it. So based off of what I have seen and highlights that I've seen, I think Peyton Talbot's going to get the job done. I know he's not the favorite right now, but I just think, yeah, he got taken down a lot in his last fight, but that is a learning opportunity for him. And I think he's going to know how to get back up this time or not get taken down. So I'm going to go with Peyton Talbot as kind of an underdog pick, but I could easily see him being the favorite come Saturday. In the lightweight division, we have Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Money Moicano all the way. So Dariush, I'm not very high on Beneil Dariush. He got lucky to win a fight against Gamrot, in my opinion. I think Renato Moicano is going to win this fight. I know Dariush is good, and he will, he's kind of even, aside from an inch shorter than Moicano. But I just think Moicano is like a really good fighter, an underrated fighter. Yeah, he lost to Islam Makhachev, but he also beat the crap out of Benoit Saint-Denis. So I think Money Moicano is going to get the job done. I don't know how he's going to beat him, but I think he will finish Beneil Dariush. In the men's flyweight division, we have a fun matchup between Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. I'm a huge fan of Joshua Van. I have yet to react to one of his fights because he's always on the prelims. Unless it's UFC 300, I typically don't react to UFC prelim events, but I really like Joshua Van, although he's going to be the shorter fighter by like 4 inches, and he's going to have not a huge reach advantage or disadvantage, but he's going to have a disadvantage when it comes to reach. Obviously, we know Brandon Royval was supposed to fight Manel Kape. I really like Manel Kape, but the guy always pulls out of fights. So in this fight, Joshua Van is on a roll. He's doing really good in fights, and he's good, but Royval is really good too. It's kind of a fight that I could see going either way. I'm going to actually pick Joshua Van to win this fight because I've been more impressed with him. Does that mean he's going to win, though? Maybe not, but that's just the route I'm going. I'm going with who I think will win, not who everybody else thinks will win. But I think Joshua Van somehow, some way gets the job done. And this essentially would catapult him probably into a title fight or in a title eliminator fight, if you had to ask me. I really wanted to see Manel Kape, but unfortunately, we're not going to get that because he's hurt. I think he's hurt for a while. We'll see. But I am picking Joshua Van to win the fight, which actually he is the favorite right now. Right now, a slight favorite. Next up in the co-main event of the evening, we have the challenger in the men's flyweight division for the flyweight title, Kai Kara-France, versus the champion, the undisputed reigning champion, Alexandre Pantoja. Pantoja's been on a roll. He's looked really good in my opinion, and I think Kai Kara-France has looked good at times too. He certainly has power for a guy that short. I just don't know if he can handle the grappling by Pantoja that he's going to put out there. Kara-France is not somebody that likes to take people down a whole heck of a lot, but he will strike. So his striking percentage is actually higher than Alexandre Pantoja, but I just think Pantoja is just on another level. I don't know what the consensus is. I know right now that Pantoja is the favorite. I think more people probably like Kai Kara-France, but I am going to pick the champion, Alexandre Pantoja, to defend his title. Although I could see a scenario where he does knock out Alexandre Pantoja and wins the men's flyweight title. But I just don't think Pantoja's going to lose to him. Although it could mean they could make a money fight between Manel Kape and Kai Kara-France because they had that issue at that press conference where Manel Kape was challenging Israel Adesanya. So there's something there, but I think Pantoja's going to win the fight. And then in the main event of the evening for the vacant men's lightweight championship, we have the former champion, Charles do Bronx Oliveira, versus the former men's featherweight champion, Ilia Topuria. I was hoping we would get Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria because I think that would be a fight that I don't really know who wins. I would pick Islam to win that fight, but we know what Topuria has done thus far in the octagon. You put him up against a guy that grapples, you put him up against a guy that goes for ankle locks the whole fight, and he wins those fights too. You put him up against a guy like Max Holloway that has never been knocked out and has a granite chin, and he knocks him out. You put him in against a guy like Alexander Volkanovski, who is arguably one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of all time, and he sleeps Volkanovski too. So I was going to say Pantoja. Topuria just keeps doing all these things in the octagon. And Charles Oliveira is good, although in a lot of fights he gets dropped. Nothing recently, but the fight against Chandler, the fight against Gaethje, the fight against Poirier, he got dropped. Although the fight against Gaethje, maybe he was falling down on purpose. I don't know for sure because it didn't look like things landed that hard. But from what people are telling me, he got dropped. But I'm a little worried that he will get chinned against Topuria. I really want to pick Charles Oliveira because I really don't want Ilia Topuria to win this fight and then want to go to welterweight to fight Islam Makhachev if he beats Jack Della Maddalena. But I am going to pick Ilia Topuria to win this fight and probably knock out Charles Oliveira in the first round. I know Oliveira's got the amazing grappling and he has the most submissions in UFC history, but Topuria just keeps checking boxes, and I think that's what he'll do in this fight and beat Charles Oliveira. But if Oliveira wins, I'll be happy because then we can have a Justin Gaethje versus Oliveira rematch. I think that's the next fight to make. And then we can eventually I think we should have a title eliminator between Paddy the Baddy Pimblett and Arman Tsarukyan. That would be my choice, but I don't do matchmaking for the UFC, unfortunately. So there are my predictions for UFC 317. I know this was a rather quick video. I didn't want to spend a lot of time talking about this card. I'll talk during the fights and give my more analysis during the fights and the reactions. But I hope you enjoyed it again. If you're a fan of the UFC and you like prediction videos as well as reaction videos and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you hammer fist that like button. I guess hammer fist is that. Share the video with a friend that likes the UFC. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms, especially MySpace, because we know everybody goes to MySpace. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on UFC 317. Your predictions for it, anything that you want to add, how crazy my predictions are, any future fights that you want to see, future fight predictions. I'm really looking forward to Hamza Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. That's a fight I'm super excited for. You can tell me that John Jones is a duck and Tom Aspinall made him retire because he's a duck. Not necessarily wrong. It's a little disappointing that John Jones wouldn't eventually fight Tom Aspinall. We'll see if that, still holds and Jones stays retired, but what a career by John Jones. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And then last but certainly not least, I already said this, but I'll say it again. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I know that's a high goal to set, but hey, gotta start somewhere. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDevTV.